So today you're gonna need a blanket and a strap or something similar to those. So a towel works, a dog leash. We're gonna start seated, so sitting nice and tall. Just take the first couple breaths to allow your bones and body to settle. As you exhale, breathe down into the hips. Breathe down into the legs and feel your sit bones ground into the earth. And as you inhale, grow tall, lengthen through the spine. Breathe lots of space in between the ribs. Lots of space around the heart and the armpits, the back of the heart. And keep lengthening up through the throat and the crown. And keep that inner lift as you exhale. Let the shoulders settle onto the back of the heart. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Continue to watch your breath grow deeper. Each inhale just a little bit longer than the last. And just taking these first few moments to allow the mind and the body to arrive here in this moment. Letting go of any thoughts of the future or thoughts of the past. And just doing your best to be present in the present moment. And we use the breath as an anchor to bring us back to the present. I'm just noticing the expansion and contraction of the belly. And the rise and fall of the chest. The next time you inhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart. And take this time to set an intention for your practice, to make an offering or a prayer. And we'll start this morning chanting one Om together. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. And then Om, bring your hands to your heart. Om. Bow your head to your heart. And release your hands. Welcome. Who popped in? Hi, Shayna. So today you'll need a blanket and a strap or something similar. We're gonna start on our back with the blanket rolled up. So you'll take it about kind of long and roll it up pretty tight. And halfway might be enough. So this is gonna go at your upper back shoulders. If you're pretty open in the chest, you might want to roll it up more. It just depends on how thick your blanket is. So this is going across the shoulders on the back of the heart. So you kind of start with the blanket above your shoulders, hands behind the head, and then just start to wiggle your shoulders up a little bit. You'll pick your hips up. Feel like the blanket is dragging your shoulder blades down. then you'll land with your shoulders over the roll and then bring your bum back to the floor. So you want to be able to let your arms extend without the blanket being in the way. So straight out from the shoulders, or you can do like cactus arms here. And it's fine if you get there and you need to come out and you feel like it's too much to unroll a little bit, or you want more to roll it up a little more. And you can have your legs, the knees bent, or if you like to do Supta Baddha Konasana, the butterfly legs, feet together, knees apart. You can also stretch the legs long. And you want to be where your head can land. So if you feel like your head's having a hard time getting to the floor, either unroll it a little bit or slide another blanket under your head as a little bit of a pillow. So we're going to do a little bit of pranayama breath work here. So just take your first giant breath in and then let it go completely. And then a full breath in. Breathe into the belly, the lungs, and the heart. And pause at the top of your breath. You'll exhale in 3 stages. So from the crown of the head down to the heart, exhale and pause. From the heart down to the belly, exhale and pause. And from the belly all the way down the pelvic floor, really empty all the air out and pause, feeling emptiness. And then a full breath in, breathe into the belly, the lungs, the heart, all the way up through the crown. Pause. Exhale from the crown to the heart, third of the breath. Exhale, heart to belly. Pause. Exhale, empty the breath all the way down. Squeeze all the air out. And a gentle pause. Inhale fully, base of the spine all the way up through the belly, the lungs, the heart, the throat. Keep going up to the crown and pause. Exhale, a third of the breath, like a French press, pushing down, pause. Exhale, another third. And then exhale all the air out. And take a full breath in, just a normal breath. And a normal breath out, let it go. You can open your jaw if you like and have a little sigh. And then bend your knees. If they weren't straight, bend your knees so they're pointing straight up and walk your feet a little bit wide. You're just gonna windshield wiper the knees side to side. So just go at your own pace, inhaling up through center. Exhale, drop your knees to the side. And I like to add a little bit of a head turn if you feel okay moving your head side to side. You can do that here as well. And then bring your legs straight back up and stretch them long to the floor. So flex the feet like standing legs. Reach your arms overhead. Just take a full big stretch. Inhale. It's okay to let the ribs pop up for a second. But then exhale. Use the strength of your core to pull the ribs down into the body. Pull the belly muscles down to the floor and feel your belly muscles from behind the ribs stretch all the way through the legs. So we're going to do a little core work here. Bring your hands behind the head. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, push your legs down and lift your shoulders off the roll. And for me, I kind of wiggle myself a little bit longer away from my feet. So if you feel like you want to do that. And then inhale to back off. Exhale, push your legs down, push your belly muscles down to the floor and try to lift your shoulders off the roll. And then inhale to back off. So do that a few times. Just go at your own pace. Use the power of the legs to help the core. And then you're trying to lift the shoulders off the roll and then come back off. So if you want to add on, exhale, lift the head and chest, and then hover the right leg. So right leg lifts up, keep pushing the left leg down. And then inhale, leg down, back off. Exhale, left leg lifts up, shoulders lift up, push the right leg down. Inhale. So you can keep working that, or one more add-on. Lift the leg, lift the shoulders, and then tuck into a tiny ball. Keep reaching past your feet, or your hands can stay here. I like to let them go for this part. And then inhale to back off. Exhale, hover the leg. Keep exhaling, squeeze in, tiny little ball, reach past your foot. Stretch it back out, inhale. Just do one more each side, whichever version you're playing with. Really play with muscles moving down. You don't want to push your belly muscles up to the sky. Keep them moving down towards the earth. Last one, hand behind the head or reach. And then inhale to give yourself a good stretch again. Stretch your belly. Have a little wiggle. And then roll to your side just to move the blanket out of the way and come back onto your back. Just take your first breath to kind of feel And then figure four. Take your right ankle over the left thigh. Flex the foot here. Keep the pelvis heavy. You want to have the natural curve in the low back. And then use the strength of the legs to pull the legs towards you. So I really like to bring the legs towards me first, and then maybe clasp around and grab. Or just not even use the arms at all and just kind of play here. So make sure this right foot is flexed. You can be here if you want to have a little movement, a little rock side to side, or if you do like to grab the thigh, that's fine too. Just do your best to keep the shoulders grounded after you reach up to grab. So you want the right thigh moving away from you, the left thigh coming towards you, but keep the pelvis heavy. Then if you brought your legs up, put the left foot back down. Bring the right knee into the armpit for half happy baby. So you can grab around the ankle or reach around the thigh. And it's up to you what you want to do with this bottom leg. You can do like a half butterfly, let the knee fall wide. Or if you like to stretch it long, like a standing leg. Pelvis heavy. Pull this thigh down towards the floor and push up into the foot. So you have that dynamic tension, the strength. So you make the muscles strong, and then you try to stretch more, and your joints really appreciate the strength and stability around that the muscles create. And then bring that right foot to the floor and just take a moment to kind of pause if you like to windshield wiper again, or just pause in stillness. Feel the difference on right and left sides of the body. And then switch sides. So figure four first, left ankle on top. Flex the foot, make that ankle strong, and this is a perfectly fine place to stay. And some of you might like to bring a block under the foot, so your foot's kind of resting on something to pull the legs in. This is definitely my tighter side, so that's something to also kind of notice and explore. So legs pulling towards you, and then if you want to reach around and grab, you can, or just not even use the arms. Pull the right leg towards you. Push the left thigh away. If you like to have hand on the thigh, don't push on the knee. Get closer to the hip, like down here by the base, and push that away. So push your left thigh away as you pull with your right leg towards you. And then I like to do a little rock side to side. You can also kind of do little circles around your sacrum. Ground the shoulders, ground the hips as best you can. And then half happy baby, right foot coming down, grabbing the ankle. You could also grab behind the thigh here, or the outer edge of the foot. Push strong up into the hands, pull strong down towards the earth. And then whatever you want with this right leg, half butterfly, stretch. You can also just leave it straight up and down here. Keep the hips heavy, whichever you do. Ground the shoulders. Pull the belly muscles down to the floor. And then slowly release. Last little wiggle here on your back. So if you like to rock side to side, or do some circles, or full happy baby if you feel like you want that. And then rock and roll, come to seated with your legs crossed. Let's do a quick forward fold here. So cross the legs nice and tight at your shins. So it's not wide, you're kind of tight. Your shins are crossed, and flex the feet. You might like to sit on a blanket here. So inhale, sit nice and tall. And just start with a little pelvic tilt to start. So you want to let the folding come from the pelvis. If you are someone who can fold forward, you might like to have a block here under your elbows. But just be super aware of moving from the pelvis. So I like to imagine my tailbone is reaching up and my sit bones are going wide. And that's what's folding me forward. And you could get some blocks and let your head land. Or do the forearm, elbows and head in the hands. But what I don't want to see is you just folding forward from your back. I really want you to play with unlocking the pelvis and getting that mobility in the pelvis. So if you're tight in your pelvis, your forward fold could look like this. And that's fine. Keep your feet strong. Keep your breath moving down through the thighs. And make your legs strong. Inhale to rise and switch the leg in front. So again, keep it kind of tight. Flex the feet. Deep breath in. And if you like just working this pelvic tilt, that's fine. Keep playing with that. Or if you want to fold forward. So you might kind of get to a point, be there for a couple breaths, and then feel like you can go a little further. So it's fine to do that. Letting your head land on something is really satisfying for the nervous system. It kind of activates this calming response. So that's something you can just also do throughout the day. Like if you're working and you're feeling a little overwhelmed, just head on the desk or something like that. And then nice strong legs as you unwind. Deep breath in and come to hands and knees. Just play with whatever organic movement you like here. Maybe some big hip circles, some cat and cow, some wiggling around before you press back into down dog. And when you do feel ready, downward facing dog. And spread your fingers and your toes. Bend your knees a little bit, reach your hips up super high, and then kind of play with this shoulder shrug. So shrug your shoulders up towards the ears and just trying to find that mobility in the shoulder blades in the back of the heart. And if you like to pedal out your feet or look under your arms or sway your hips. And then from here, walk your hands to your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Lift and spread the toes. Bend the knees until your fingers can touch the floor. Keep reaching your bum up to the sky. Just let your head dangle. Imagine there's an X on your foot. So from the big toe mound to the outer heel, draw an energetic, strong line. And then same thing from pinky toe mound to inner heel. And you want to have the arches of the foot pulling up into the leg. So imagine that they're like suction cups energy, pulling strength from the earth all the way up into the pelvis. Keep reaching your pelvis nice and high. And then exhale, breathe back down towards the earth. Inhale halfway. Fingertips can go on the shins or blocks. Let your heart smile. Exhale, fold over the legs. 2 more like that. Inhale, slowly open the heart. Take your full breath to lengthen. And take your full exhale to bow in. Let the heart lead the way. The head bows last. Inhale halfway. Nice strong belly. Exhale, fold all the way in. Get ready to stand. Push through the legs. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, hands at the heart. Just pause here for 1 breath cycle. Feel the feet connecting with the earth. Relax your face. We'll do 3 half salutes. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. So try not to rush the breath. Exhale, fold all the way in, moving from the pelvis. Nice strong back. Halfway up on your in-breath, take your full inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bow all the way in. You can even have a slight pause at the bottom of the breath. Come to standing, push through the legs, sweep the arms up, big inhale. Slight pause at the top of your breath. Exhale, hands at the heart. We'll do 2 more, really strong feet. Spread the toes. Inhale, stretching up. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Exhale, folding in. Come halfway up on your in-breath. Exhale, fold. Back to standing, powerful legs, stretch you up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Last one, inhale, float your arms up, deep breath. Exhale, folding in. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold, stay here. Walk your hands forward, plank pose. Claw your hands just like you were your feet. Really push through the knuckles, like the palms are an arch. Pull energy from the sole of your palm up into the heart and push back down. Lower down, chaturanga, knees can come down. Work your arm strength, go really slow. Inhale into your back bend. Keep the ribs in the body, spread the toes. Open the heart, big breath. Exhale, downward dog, no rush. Any way you get there, through hands and knees or a plank pose. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, stretch through the earth. Push your feet down, push your hands down, lengthen your spine. We're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Open the heart on your inhale, cobra or up dog. Stretch through the legs, curl back. Exhale, downward dog. One big breath here. Long exhale, relax your jaw. One more, come forward to plank, inhale. Slow motion, lower down, exhale. Inhale, open your heart. Keep pushing the knuckles, down dog, exhale. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. Beautiful. Good. All right, leg up to the sky. Inhale, stretch it nice and high. Circle the ankle, point and flex. Exhale, step through nice and slow. Bring that thigh to the ribs. Come forward, right foot forward. Take the back knee down, low lunge. And scooch the back knee back so you're nice and long in your stride. You might like to have blocks under your hands or fingers to the floor is fine. So open your heart on your in-breath. And then half splits, again playing with the pelvic mobility. So think about scraping your tailbone up to the sky. Push this front heel down and forward. Push your hands down and pull back with your hands. So you're trying to pull your heart forward towards the toes. And do 2 more like that. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, half splits. Just go at your own pace. Pull the toes back. Pull your hands back. Stretch your chest forward. And the next time you're in your lunge, take the arms up to the sky. Inhale, big breath. Keep the ribs and belly pulling back, but push your knee and hips forward. And then side bend. So grab your left wrist, pull to the right. Big stretch through that whole left side. Take a big breath in. And then into a twist. So prayer twist if you like, hands at your heart, or the left hand can go to the floor. Elbow around the thigh if you're doing prayer, or left hand to the floor. So doing your best to keep your pelvis nice and stable, your belly strong, and open your chest, shoulders back. Deep breath in. One more breath here. You guys look great. Slow unwind, take your time. Yogi's Choice Vinyasa. So going through plank chaturanga or stepping back, do some big hip circles. So take a few breaths to do what your body needs to kind of neutralize and get ready for second side. And then meet in down dog when you're ready. Left leg up, inhale. Circle the ankle, point and flex. Stepping through with control, bring your thigh to your ribs. Push the floor away, round your back. Kind of come to the left fingertips and then step your left foot through. And then the back knee comes down, low lunge. And then adjust as needed. So scooch it back if you need to. Come onto your fingertips or your blocks Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, pull it back. Pull the toes back. Push your heel forward. Drag your fingertips back to feel the skin of the heart lift a little. It's also when you pull your hands back, kind of building strength here in the back of the wings of the heart. So take a few more. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, pull your heart forward. Use the strength of the arms to open the heart. One more. Try not to lock the front knee. And then back to your lunge. Take the arms up when you're ready. Inhale, stretching up. Good. Ribs back. Push through that right knee and then grab the right wrist. Pull to the left. So I like to have like this straight line from the knee all the way up through the side body. Get this big side bend. You can keep pulling the ribs back and push the hips forward a little bit. And then get ready to twist. Inhale back to center. Hands to the heart. Prayer twist. Elbow on the thigh or hand right under your shoulder twist. If you're working the prayer twist, pull the ribs away from the leg. Push your left ribs, push your right ribs through, pull your left ribs back. Use the strength of your belly to twist the torso. And then work hard to get both shoulders on the back of the heart. The throat pull back, ears back. And a slow unwind. From here, step forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold in. Come to standing, nice strong legs. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, hands at the heart. Just pause, check in, reconnect with your breath. Feel your feet connecting with the earth. Breathe into the belly, the lungs, and the heart, all the way up through the crown. And then exhale, pushing all the air out, down through the belly, down through the pelvis, down through the legs, into the earth. Just notice any sensations in the body. No right or wrong. Maybe get curious about where you feel sensation. And gently release the hands. I'm going to do a little bit with our strap here for the shoulders. I'm going to come to my knees, but you can stand just so you can see me. So dog leash, belt, yoga strap. So start with about an arm to the other shoulder is a good place to start, and then bring it down towards your hips. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. You're kind of pulling so there's some strength in the strap. And then start to bring it behind. And once you get here, you might need to go wider, and that's what I have to do. That's fine. Keep the arms strong and the shoulders down the back. So you might start with just a little bit of mobility in the shoulders. Where are my shoulders? Eventually you start to pull the strap behind and all the way down towards your hips. But go really slow right here. This is where it's really intense. Keep the ribs in the body. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down the back of the heart. And big inhale. Try to keep pulling the ears back. So do like one or two more. Really slow. And if you find that like one arm wants to go first and then the other, take your hands wider. So try to have them both working equally. And I definitely feel it more on one side than the other, and that's just my weak side. Good. So notice the shrugging of the shoulders. So do your best to pull them behind you and down. A lot of times the chin goes forward. Keep pulling the ears back. A lot of times the ribs pop out. Keep pulling them in. And if you were to keep doing this like on your own, after a couple rounds, you could probably bring your hands closer. But we're just going to stop after your next round. You can shake it out a little. And then bring your hands about shoulder width apart, a tiny bit wider. And if your strap's really long, you can fold your strap in half. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky, and then pull really strong, bend the elbows, and feel your whole arm bones sucking into the shoulder girdle on the back of the heart. And I'm pulling really strong, like this can be strength. So inhale, stretching up, you're about shoulder width apart. Exhale, pull really strong, suck your whole arm bone into the back of the heart. And then inhale, stretch, like I'm shaking. Let's do one more. Pull really hard, shoulder bone hugs into the back of the heart. Pull. And then stretch it up. Inhale. We'll do a little side bend here. So if you're standing, pull your hips to the left, pull to the left. And then inhale back to center, hips to the right, pull to the right. And then inhale back to center, shake it out. Woo! Okay, last one, take your strap behind you at your low back. Just depending on your flexibility, your hands can be close or they can be about shoulder width apart. Pull the strap so there's that strength in the arms. And then roll your biceps forward, hug the shoulders onto the back. Pull the ribs in the body, and if you want more, you start to bring the strap away from the hips. I kind of like to go up and down a little bit. You can see if you like that. Try to keep the ribs pulling in. And then if you want to keep going into a forward fold, bend the knees, bring the ribs to the thighs, and reach the strap up and over. And again, you can kind of do a little up and down. Once you're here, for me, I can come a little closer with my hands. If you want to do that, that's okay. But keep the pulling on the strap. Try not to lock the elbows. And then a little bit of a twist. So you just kind of open one shoulder and lean back. Find to bend one knee. And go the other way. And then come back to center. You pull on the strap, open the heart. We're coming back to standing. Big inhale. Woo. Let your strap go. Shake out the arms. All right. Okay, come to the top of your mat. Bring your feet together for chair pose. Stretch the hips back, and we're going to twisted chair. So hands at the heart. Do your best to keep the weight in the heels. And then prayer twist. So twist to the right. You can also bring that bottom forearm to the thigh, so it's not as tight of a twist. Do your best to keep the weight equal in both legs. Get the shoulders on the back. Bring the weight into the right foot. Looking down at the floor will help. And then you're just going to flamingo that left leg. Bring the heel to your butt. Play with balance. And then eventually you're stepping all the way back into a twisted lunge. Keep that back knee lifted. So again, you can open up a little bit if the elbow on the thigh is too tight. Big breath. Good. Push down through the legs. Crescent pose. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Exhale, settle in. Back thigh bone nice and strong. Keep the ribs pulling back. My arms are tired. I want to give them a rest. Then we're going to play with a little bit of balance. So dig this front heel down and forward. So it's almost like a floating split maybe. And the back heel stays lifted. And if you want more of a challenge, you take your legs wide, longer. Kind of wiggle that back toe back. And then put the foot down. Hands right under your shoulders. Pyramid pose. Step this back foot a little bit closer. You could have blocks here under your arms. So you want your feet like on train tracks. So the right foot is in line with the right sit bone. The left foot is in line with the left sit bone. Pull this right butt back. Reach your heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the leg. And it's fine to bend the knees a little bit, but stretch the leg long through the floor. And then walk your hands over to the right. Pick your belly up and over that right leg. So you can stay here and work this twist. Or if you want to start to open more into a twisted triangle, start to pull the heart forward. And the right hand can go on the thigh, or you can stretch the right arm up to the sky. So both hands can stay down, that's fine. Or you start to open up, really push the legs long. Great. Good. Carefully unwind. Step your back foot forward, forward fold at the top of the mat. Feet together and bend your knees so your bum's coming all the way to your heels. You're balancing on your toes. So hug the heels in, hug your knees towards each other. And hands can be down, or you start to play with balance. Hands at the heart. And then we're going to twist here, twisting to the right. So twist the same way you've been twisting for this whole sequence. And the hands can go on the blocks or fingers to the floor. And if you're up for playing with twisted crow, that would go here. So working this twist is a great place to play. If you want to play with twisted crow, bring your hands shoulder width apart and kind of snuggle this knee into your armpit as high as it can go. And then you look forward like you would cobra and just start to play with weight in the hands. Weight in the hands. Don't tuck your head and look down, look forward. And then one foot. So I also tippy toe my feet towards the top of the mat. So I'm in a squat, lean forward, and then I tippy toe my feet. And that helps me. So just play. Nice, you guys. Great. Good. All right, so from here, when you've had enough of that, take a yogi's choice vinyasa. Anything you need right now. And it could be a standing pose or a pose that your body really needs to do that we haven't done yet. You could rest, child's pose. or traditional plank chaturanga. Let's go child. We'll meet in child's pose. Relax your face, deep breath in. Long breath out. And getting ready for second side. So make your way to the top of the mat any way you get there. Step or jump or walk. We'll go right into chair pose. Bring your feet together. Sit your hips back. Twisted chair. Twist to the left. So prayer hands or forearm on the leg. Twist. So to play with balance, look down at the floor. Bring the weight into the left. That's part one. Flamingo your leg. Tuck the heel towards your butt. That's part two. And then eventually kick back into your twisted lunge. So step all the way back. And if you didn't quite make it, you just get there however you get there. So eventually twisted lunge, prayer hands or right hand under your shoulder. Twist. Push down into the legs, crescent pose. Take the arms up, inhale. Exhale, arrive. And then pushing into that front foot, so we're playing with that balance. Sort of like how we did the half splits earlier with the knee down, but now the back knee's up. So really dig that heel down, push it forward, pull the toes back, and then maybe you play with a little bit longer with the legs. Good. And then bring your foot back down, get ready for pyramid. Both hands under your shoulders. Step that back foot a little bit closer. Step your feet maybe a little bit wider. Inhale, open the heart, deep breath. Push the legs down into the floor. Widen them like you're trying to stretch your sticky mat wider. And bow in. So try not to lock the knees. Push the legs into the floor and then walk your hands over to the left. Pick your belly up and over that left leg. Both hands staying down, or you slowly start to open the heart. Inhaling, stretch the spine a little bit longer. Imagine the skin of the heart is lifting. Do your best to keep your head neutral, so you don't want to lead with your chin. Push the legs into the floor, widen your sticky mat apart. Open your heart, left shoulders back. If you're opening the chest, push your right hand down and pull it back like we did in the half split, and that'll help pull your heart forward. Whew. Okay, step your back foot forward. Get ready for that twisted toe stand. So bringing your bum all the way to your heels. Balancing on your toes. That's part one. You can also play with the arms. Keep hugging the heels in, hugging the legs in, and then get ready to twist. And then if you want to play with twisted crow, wiggle, wiggle into your twist. So I pull my belly away from the legs. I try to get my twist here, and then I kind of snuggle deeper into the thigh. And shoulder width apart like plank, like chaturanga. And then here, tippy-toe the feet forward. That's what I do. You can also cross your ankles. I find that helpful. Squeeze the ankles. Try not to take yourself too seriously and just let it be fun. Nice. Good. Good job. Woo! Okay. From here, come onto your bum. Bring your feet together and your knees apart. Baddha Konasana. It's fine to sit on a blanket for this too. So just doing your best to sit tall. Pull your heels in towards you as close as you can. Push your feet together, but stretch your knees apart. Grab the ankles. I like to grab the ankles. It just helps me sit tall. So do your best to get the shoulders back, lift your heart. And then from here, you can fold forward, or if you like to stay sitting tall. Like we did earlier in the very beginning with your legs crossed, if you like to stack your blocks, make a pillow with your hands, let your head rest on something. And then inhale to rise. Take your left foot forward, Janu Shirshasana. Left foot forward, keep the left toes pointing up to the sky, nice and strong. So this is a twist. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then twist towards that straight leg. So staying upright if your back appreciates this. If you're really tight in your pelvis, staying upright is probably better. If you're pretty mobile, then you can start to lean forward and more of a forward fold over that leg. But still think about twisting your belly up and over. So bringing the hand to the shin or the outer edge of the foot, you're kind of push and pull. And you might feel a little more stretch in the waist over here. And then inhale to rise. Switch sides. So starting tall, big inhale. Exhale to twist. Keep the spine long to start. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to hinge forward and it's coming from the pelvis. So sit bones reaching up and wide. If you're really open in the legs, you bring a block to the bottom of your foot to make your leg longer. It could also have to do with proportions, like if you have short legs and long arms, maybe getting the block at the bottom of the foot and grabbing that can help. Come back to center, inhale. If you had something on your bum, move it out of the way. And just do a little balance. So bring your feet back to Baddha Konasana, feet together, and then you're balancing on your sit bones. So you can kind of play around here. Maybe you do happy baby legs, or maybe one leg goes straight into, or both legs into a straddle. What's helpful is trying to keep the shoulders plugging in. And push your feet into the hands, pull with your hands into the feet. If you want to play with like a rocking back and coming back to seated, you can play with that here too. So it would look like something like this. Or with the legs straight, Ooh. A little play. And when you're ready, you can come all the way onto your back and stay there. And just take any last little wiggles that you need, maybe windshield wiper or one final happy baby pose. Get yourself any props you might like to have, blanket rolled up under the knees. A shirt over the eyes or an eye pillow. Get ready for Shavasana. Relax your fingers and toes. Bones heavy, skin soft, mind spacious. And breathe into your belly, your lungs, your heart, your throat, your crown. Exhale. Push it all back down. Push it out the pelvis, out the legs. Relax the muscles around the eyes and lips. Relax your jaw, your tongue. And let gravity help you settle into stillness. Resting in Shavasana. Breathe into the belly, the lungs, and the heart. Gently bringing movement to the body, wiggle fingers and toes, roll the wrists and the ankles. Reach your arms overhead, take a lazy stretch. Bend your knees, rest on your side. And stay there for at least one breath cycle. Lovingly press yourself to seated when you're ready. Sitting tall. Bring both hands to your heart, one on top of the other. And just take a moment to honor your efforts for showing up today. And taking a moment to feel the effects of your practice. And bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, prayer at your heart. May all beings benefit from your yoga practice. And thank you for joining me. Namaste.